My music of the month is the Beatles' third studio album, A Hard Day's Night. A Hard Day's Night was originally released in 1964 alongside the Beatles movie of the same name. It was the first Beatles album to feature entirely original compositions and the only one where all of the songs were written exclusively by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. This album features songs from the soundtrack of the film on one side, and the other side has some extra songs that were not used in the film. I used to listen to the Beatles a lot when I was younger, and I took a little rest break from listening to them because I was listening to them so much. I was listening to them all of the time, and I wanted to branch out and listen to some other things. Throughout April, however, I have been revisiting all of their albums, and specifically Hard Day's Night has taken quite a few spins on my record player.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh.
My film of the month is the 1942 classic Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart as Rick Blaine, Ingrid Bergman as Ilsa Lund, Claude Rains as Captain Renault, Paul Henreid as Victor Laszlo, and Conrad Veidt as Major Strasser. Casablanca tells the story of Rick Blaine, who runs a nightclub in Casablanca, Morocco during World War II. Rick is completely neutral about the war, and so Rick's Cafe attracts patrons from both sides of the war. The rich, the poor, resistance fighters, German officers, and refugees seeking passage to America all come together at Rick's Cafe. One night, Rick's former flame Ilsa and her husband show up to his cafe seeking passage to America. Now he has to decide if he will remain indifferent to the war or help Ilsa and her husband safely reach America before they are captured by the Germans. I adore Casablanca. It is one of my favorite films, and it has been the inspiration for countless other films. It just has a wonderful balance of action, romance, and humor. The humor is actually one of my favorite parts of this film, especially between Captain Renault and Rick. It also has quite a few of my favorite actors and actresses in it, including Humphrey Bogart. Claude Rains is one of my top 10 favorite old-time actors, as well as, of course, the brilliant acting job done by Ingrid Bergman. This month I have been extensively studying Casablanca because my brother and I did a video collaboration on this film. If you would like to see our two videos, then I will leave a link to both in the description box below, as well as the cards above.
The fundamental things apply as time goes by.
My book of the month is The Window of My Studio, which features a collection of photographs from the Czech photographer Joseph Sudek. This was a birthday gift from my parents, and little fun extra bit of trivia, it is from the Blackwell's bookshop in Oxford, England. It came with this wonderful little bookmark with an etching of Broad Street and a poem on the back. The book itself has been beautifully compiled. There is some very thorough, well-written reading material in the front, and then the actual reproduced photographs. Joseph Sudek is one of my favorite photographers. His work is constantly inspiring me in my own endeavors of videography and photography, and I'm so grateful to have physical, high-quality, clear copies of his work.
And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely.
My beauty favorite of the month is Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Porcelain Beige. In the past, I have struggled to find an affordable concealer that is fair enough for my skin and one that does not change color over time. For some reason, there are so many concealers that are either too dark for my skin tone or they turn an orange color, they oxidize when left on my skin for an extended period of time. This one, however, is a very good color match for me. It covers imperfections, it doesn't change color over time, and the best part is that a little goes a long way, so you definitely get your money's worth.
No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love.
My favorite art of the month comes from the covers of The New Yorker. The New Yorker is a weekly magazine first published in 1925 and is still in circulation today. Instead of featuring photographs, their covers feature art from various artists. Now, I don't actually read the magazine or support all of their viewpoints and everything that they say. I just enjoy looking at and am inspired by the wonderful art that has been featured over the years.
Remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs are never out of date.
My home decor favorite of the month is the tulips in my garden. There is nothing more thrilling than to see those little plants start to come up at the beginning of spring and to see the whole world come to life again after a long winter.
A fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The